Hello, welcome to a Klear tutorial. My name is Antonia, and in this video, I will show you how to use Klear. Today, we are going to talk about Klear, which is an influencer marketing software that supports brands at every stage of an influence campaign. What is influencer marketing? As social media has become more developed, brands have realized that they have a new platform to reach their customers, to sell products, and to raise brand awareness. One of the ways they do this is partnering with influencers by reaching their audience. Why do brands use Klear? Klear streamlines their ability to run an influencer marketing program. At Klear, we think about influencer marketing in 5 pillars. I will go over 4 pillars today. Number 1, find. This is the ability to scan the universe of influencers in order to identify partners that meet the brand's criteria. Number 2, vet. After finding people who are interesting, how do you analyze their profile in a quantitative and qualitative way to see if they really are a true fit for the objective of the campaign or the product? Number 3, manage. Once we've determined they are a good partner, how do you manage that relationship? How do you reach out to them? How do you negotiate terms with them? How do you speak to them over the course of a campaign? How do you manage the information about them that we've collected for future use? Number 4, measure. Once you run a campaign, how do you track that content? And then how do you measure the impact? For the purpose of this tutorial, I will focus on a mattress company called Tuft & Needle. I will go through all 4 workflows: discovery, vetting, campaign management, and measurement. So let's start off with discovery. Click on the Influencers tab at the top of your screen to access the search engine. As far as influencer discovery goes, there are 4 ways to find influencers on Klear. Number 1 by topic, 2 by hashtag, 3 by monitors, and 4 searching through an influencer's network. So Klear collects data on influencers and their audiences and uses machine learning tools in order to learn about how influential the influencers are and the demographics of their audience. This includes categorization by the first way to search, which is by topic. So here, you'll see that you're able to search by Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, blogs, and TikTok. When you're searching by topic, this is best for general influencer categories like beauty, moms, lifestyle. So what you want to start doing is click into the topic box and type in a topic. You do want to remember to choose from the drop-down. And then when you're searching by location, you want to do the same. You want to choose from the drop-down. So by default, our location is the location of the audience. If you wanted to change this for any reason to the location of the influencer, you would just click on Toggle Advanced Filters and switch from audience location to user location. So right now I'm doing a search for Instagram influencers that are influential in lifestyle that have an audience in New York. And you want to press search. So the influencers' topics are based on the type of audience they are reaching, and the machine learning algorithm is analyzing the audience's interests based on the type of content they create and engage with overall. As you'll see here, the results are ordered by relevance according to your search criteria. So here we have lifestyle influencers that have an audience in New York. Besides the search results that are coming up here, you also have different filters on your left-hand side that you can use to filter down your search. It's important to point out also that in the bottom right corner of each influencer that's appearing in the search results, you have a snapshot of their portfolio. It will not be their entire portfolio, but it will show you a snapshot of when they've done ad or sponsored content. using the hashtag ad or spons or the 30 related hashtags to sponsored content. Okay, so the second way to do a search on Klear is by hashtag. You would just click back into new search, and in the topic box, instead of searching for a topic, you are going to search for a hashtag. Generally, hashtags work better for more niche topics. So in this case, I'm going to do a search for plant-based, hashtag plant-based. And once again, you just want to make sure that you select from the drop-down. In the audience, location, we will make New York again. And then click on search. So when these search results are showing, the influencer has used the hashtag plant-based as well as their audience, making it a better way to search for more niche topics. Okay, the third way to do the search on Klear is by clicking into new search once again, selecting toggle advanced filters, which is right next to search. Once you select toggle advanced filters, selecting a monitor. So here I've set up the monitor for Tuft & Needle's brand and a hashtag monitor as well. I'll show you how to do that at the end of the tutorial. All you want to do is select the monitor and then press search. So when you're doing a search by the monitor, this is going to show you influencers who have mentioned the monitor that you're searching in the past. So since these influencers have mentioned the brand Tuft & Needle, if we click into a snapshot of their portfolio, we are going to see a monitor that we've defined ahead of time and that they have mentioned Tuft & Needle in the past. The fourth way to do a search on Klear is actually in a profile. So if we click into the Profiles tab at the top of the screen, we can search any creator or business profile on Instagram by just simply typing in the handle that we are looking for. So in this case, I'll type in Abby Saylor. And after we type it in, we just want to click on Open Profile. So once we are in an influencer's profile, we want to click over to their network tab. So the influencer's network is the fourth place you're able to do a search on Klear. You'll still have the filters on the left-hand side, just like we did before in the influencers tab. But as you'll see here, we have other influencers that are lookalikes or engagers that are similar to the influencer that we are looking at. So this is the fourth way to do a search on Klear, by their network. So we've gone through the four main ways of identifying influencers, which is by topic, by hashtag, by monitor, and when you're in an influencer's profile in the network tab. So let's move on to the second workflow, which is vetting the profile. If we click into the Profiles tab, you just want to type in a profile that you're looking for. So in this case, I'm going to type in KC Stauffer and click on Open Profile. So once you open up the profile, what you'll see here is that for this particular influencer, we have her Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, blog, and her Snapchat. Here, this symbol, the plus sign within the circle, means that this influencer has actually authenticated on Klear. Influencers are able to authenticate on Klear. When they do this, it will give us access to their stories when they are using the handle or hashtag or keyword that we are tracking in campaigns later on. So this influencer has properly authenticated on Klear, so we do have access to her stories. Below, you will see the bio from Instagram, and you will also see here, if you click into profile settings, that if a social network is missing from the profile, you are able to add whichever social network is missing. Here, you're also able to download PDFs, a media kit, or a one-pager on the influencer. So when we're looking at the overview tab, this is where you'll really be doing the vetting of the profile. You'll see in the bottom right corner that we have what we call the audience. So the audience, you're going to see it for each network if you hover over Facebook, Instagram, the blog, TikTok, and here's YouTube. In the middle, you will see all of the subscribers or fans for all networks in the middle. So she has 8.5 million. One of the most commonly used stats when talking about the strength of an influencer is their follower count. So this has caused a major issue in the influencer marketing arena, namely because of fake followers, inactive followers that may have followed the influencer a while ago and aren't currently active or interested in the influencer's content. So what we've built at Klear is a tool called the True Reach. So you can see the True Reach here in the top right corner. What the True Reach algorithm analyzes is the audience themselves, as well as the relationship that they have with the influencer. So ultimately, what the True Reach tells us is the number of real people who are seeing the influencer's content on average. If we hover over the True Reach, we are also going to see the True Reach for each social network that is attached to the profile. So in this case, although this influencer has 8.5 million subscribers, she has a True Reach of 1.4 million. Underneath the True Reach, we are able to see a benchmarking bar. This benchmarking bar is comparing each influencer with other influencers with the same number of followers. In this case, this influencer has an outstanding audience quality with extensive reach. The next step in vetting a profile is to understand the influencer's engagements, which you'll have here in the middle. Here we see the total number of engagements per post. This is then broken down per network for the average number of engagements as well as an engagement rate. So here you can see her stories, her Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Additionally, you can click into the breakdown here to see the engagements on Instagram broken down to the over time. So if we click into this graph, for instance, you're going to see the engagements over time in the past year. And the second graph here is the follower growth. We are able to see how the followers are developing over time and how many followers this influencer had each month, and use this to understand the development. So if we click back into the KPIs, you'll also notice underneath the engagements that you have the benchmarking bar. And this is once again comparing her to other influencers that have a similar number of fans. And her engagement is an outstanding engagement rate compared to other influencers with a similar amount of fans. The last stat on the overview tab is the Klear Influence Score. So this score is a global score of how influential someone is across all of their networks. This algorithm looks at thousands of data points, but two of the key factors are the engagements and the reach. If we click into content, this is the next tab in the profile. This is where we will vet the influencer's content. So keep in mind that this is not meant to be a feed, but a summary highlight of some of their content to help us figure out what truly resonates well with their fan base. The content section is broken down into the influencer's top content, which you can see here, and their portfolio, which you can click into as well. So these are both sorted by the number of engagements the content received. The top content section is the most effective content that they've created and shines light on their fans. It's really what their fans are engaging with the most. So right now it's set to all networks. You can also click on Instagram, for instance, and see their top content for Instagram. The portfolio section, if we click into here, it's just like we saw before in the search engine when we were doing a search by topic, but now you can see that it's sorted and it's easy to analyze. You can click into the different brands that they've done ad and sponsored content with. And as you know, we've set up a monitor for Tuft & Needle So we are also able to see the posts that mentions Tuft and Needle as well. So thirdly, we want to click on demographics. So demographics, as you can see here, if we click into the audience tab, actually, the audience tab is generated by our machine learning tools by analyzing the audience's content and the content that they engage with. So here, for Klear's demographics, the audience tab, you're going to be able to see the gender of the audience, the age of the audience, the countries of the audience, as well as the influence score of the audience, the cities that the audience reside in, the states that they're within, and you can also expand these boxes and scroll down as well as the interests of the audience and the most popular hashtags that the audience is using. And once again, you can always expand that. If we scroll up, we also have here followers. So as I mentioned before, the audience is based on who's actually engaging with the influencer. It's not based on all followers. Followers, this tab is from from Instagram, so it's third-party data, and that is simply because this influencer has properly verified her account and authenticated her stats for Instagram with Klear. If we click into the network tab, we already went over that. Those are the lookalikes and the engagers. And then here we have a manage tab where you can add in the influencers information if you're going to reach out to them in the future. So if we wanted to add this influencer to a campaign, we would simply click on add to campaign. This is one way you can add influencers into campaigns. You're also able to add tags to the influencers, and those tags will continue to stay within your profile tab. After adding the influencer to a campaign, so let's say we were going to add her to a campaign, I'll just call it example, and then press add. Once we click into campaigns, it would have created that new example campaign with the influencer within it. In the campaign section, another way to add influencers to campaigns is by clicking on import influencers. You can import the influencers by simply adding all of their Instagram handles. So let's say if you have 10 influencers and you want to add them in one shot, you just add each Instagram handle here and either import into an existing campaign or create a new campaign. And then you just click import. Just to show an example, if you were to create a new campaign from here, you would click new campaign and enter in the campaign name. So let's say we were going to call it Tuft and Needle. You just want to press enter. After doing that, to finish the setup, you're going to add either the handles, hashtags, or keywords that you would like to track that the influencers have mentioned or are going to mention in the future. So in this case, if we were going to do a example for Tuft and Needle, we would type in the handle Tuft and Needle and then press enter. The same thing with if we were going to measure and track a hashtag as well, you would type in the hashtag Tuft and Needle and then press enter. If you were going to measure any type of keyword or a set of keywords, you would just once again type it in and then press enter after. So here I've actually created a campaign for Tuft and Needle influencers. I've added 30 influencers. If we wanted to ever get back to what we are measuring, you can simply click on edit campaign and go to the campaign settings and add more keywords if necessary or remove them. So let's click into this campaign, excuse me. And here you're going to see the members tab. So the members tab is a high-level overview of all of the influencers that we've added to the campaign. You can see that here. If you needed to see different metrics, you would simply just click here in the right corner and add metrics that you're interested in seeing. Here we have the Connect tab. So I had mentioned that we were only discussing 4 pillars today. The 5th pillar would be Connect. So if you're interested in hearing more about Connect, please feel free to watch this video to hear more about Connect. And the 5th workflow is Measure. So here we show the breakdown for the top level metrics, and you can obviously click here through the post view and scroll through the content if it's interested to see this. You can also click into a post and see it. If you click into the Instagram icon, that will pull it up on Instagram for you. At the top of your screen in the Measure tab, as you can see here, we show you the posts that the influencers that we've added to this campaign, when they've used the tracked handle Tufted Needle and the hashtag Tufted Needle. There are 41 total posts, 35 on Instagram, 2 on Facebook, 4 on Twitter. You're also able to see the engagements of these posts, being the reach, as well as the estimated media value. So as far as the post views below, you can see that we capture the content and the metrics for each network. You're also able to click into the metrics tab for a different view. This will focus on metrics instead of the content. And if you click into demographics, this is going to give you the combined demographics for all influencer audiences that we have added to the campaign. As far as reporting on the posts in this campaign, you can click here, generate a full campaign report. You can send yourself an editable version, which will be in a Google slideshow, and it will email to the email that you're logged in with. At the top of your screen, we also have the Monitors tab. So we want to click into here from a setup perspective. The monitors are basically tracking mentions of hashtags, keywords, and brands. This is useful to either generate a competitive analysis, to have competitive intel, and show influencers that mention the brands and keywords. So with that in mind, I went ahead and I built a brand monitor for Tufted Needle and a keyword monitor for hashtag Tufted Needle. If you wanted to do this for another brand, you would simply click on the plus add in the Twitter handle, the Instagram handle, the Facebook handle, or whichever ones exist or that you'd like to add, and then select Add Monitor. And if we were creating a keyword monitor, we would click on this second plus add below, create a tracker name, add a hashtag that we would like to track on Instagram, and then if Twitter is also something of interest, you would just add the Boolean for it and click on Add Monitor. So in this tutorial, we went through finding and vetting influencers in detail. We also briefly went over campaign management and measurement and how to set up a brand and keyword monitor. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you and have a great day.